Hey, it's Michelle Butt, and it's time for another Face Life Friday. And today what I wanted to talk a little bit about is the nuances of language and how that affects us from a facial intelligence perspective. So one of the things that's come up a lot in a few different scenarios for me in the last little while is really the difference between a nudge and a push. So for example, if we want to get someone to do something for us, we really have to consider, first of all, what their face says about how they're motivated to move in a direction that someone else is trying to persuade them to go in, and whether or not you can use strategies that feel like a nudge, which is gently sending someone along their way, or a push. And sometimes we think as coaches or, hosts, etc., that all we need to do is get everybody motivated and push everyone in the same direction. And that's all going to be okay. That's going to get people where they're going. And some people really like to follow along on the advice of others. They kind of like to go where the crowd goes. Captivators love that if it makes them feel included. Nurturers love to potentially be part of something really big, whether or not somebody else is saying, oh, just do this, it's going to be great, because then they're part of a community and they love being part of a community. But royals don't necessarily love to be pushed. They have expectations, and if all of a sudden you change the scenario, then that might make them anxious. Warriors really like to be the ones that tell other people what to do. So if you start telling them to do certain things, whether it's in a group scenario or coaching scenario, they might be resistant. And so that push has to somehow turn into a gentle nudge, like, wouldn't you love to do this? And so really, it's important to think about when you are trying to motivate people, whether in a group or whether in a one-on-one scenario, is their face receptive to being pushed more, or is their face receptive to being nudged? And how overt can you be in your persuasive ability, or how covert do you need to be in order to get that person on side and make them feel really good about coming on side with you? And so different faces have different reactions to being influenced, and really if you can learn the nuance between nudging someone in the right direction or when you need to push them and how to do that, then you will become a much more effective influencer and much more persuasive than you've ever been before. So I hope that gives you a little bit of food for thought in terms of when you are asking people to make decisions or you're asking them to do something for you or for your outcome. Are you nudging them? Are you pushing them? Or is their archetype person who's receptive to a nudge or perceptive to a push? And how you can then potentially use language and faces to be more successful in those scenarios. And if you want to learn how to do that, we are launching Power, Persuasion, and Influence next week again, so that you can get into your facial intelligence space and boost that face IQ to learn how to do this extremely effectively in your own life. Or you can stay tuned for more videos like this where we will explore some tactics and strategies to do some of that. So until next Friday, I'm Michelle Butt. Have an amazing weekend. Bye for now.